Okay, so I finally finished off this level design here. I already showed it a bit earlier, so I'm not going to explain it in full detail. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. It didn't really turn out as well as I was hoping because it was actually, I spent longer on this one than any other one. So I was hoping it would turn out to be like a slam dunk. But I spent like a few hours a day working on it for like 2 weeks, spaced out over 2 weeks while doing other stuff. And I paused and did two other level designs along the way, and like coded some stuff. But yeah, it's kind of hard to play and talk at the same time. But I'll just try to explain it a bit. The left, the top, and the bottom have like a bend where it like stretches a bit while bending. And then the middle has like a different thing where it's kind of just like a wave, and it just kind of prevents you from getting too close to the enemy in the middle, because it stays basically still unless you're near the enemy. So it just kind of prevents you from getting too close to the enemy. But yeah, the main thing that bothered me about this is that you can kind of just skip the bends, like I just did there, and like I just did again. When it like bends and stretches, you can play like in it, but because this hallway is so long, the proper strategy is kind of more so to wait for it to pass. So like that's why it's not really a slam dunk, is because it's too good of a strategy to just ignore the stretching and bending. But the good thing about it is sometimes you can't ignore it, so you're kind of forced to do it. Or if you're speed running, sometimes it's faster to do it. And yeah, the bending and stretching work pretty well. When you bend, you kind of have to stretch because otherwise you're in such a small space that when it's moving on both sides, it's like too easy to die. And yeah, this amount of bending and stretching, the top and the bottom have it goes from 6 enemies in an arc to get to the peak. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're at the peak arc. Whereas this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is actually a little bit easier because it's like wider. But yeah, this one, the hallway is longer, so you can basically wait for it to pass and then run by it. But yeah, when you do occasionally get caught in it, or when you choose to be in it because it's just faster, the gameplay is like pretty good. It's not, the gameplay of the bending is almost still too difficult, but like there, for example, I did it. I'll try to bend with it again. So you go like that, but like it's pretty hard, but it's not too hard that it's like unreasonable, and you can kind of avoid the bending if you just wait for it to pass. But yeah, I'm happy with the appearance of it, but the gameplay, it's too often the case that you can kind of just go like, well, I can't do it here, but you can kind of just wait for it to pass. Like right here, I'll wait for it to pass, and then I just skip the whole bending process. But yeah, let me just try to show off getting the middle. The middle is pretty similar to before, but you basically just stay away from these enemies. Try not to get too close to them, because the walls move when you're near them. And then you gotta just go like this. Wait for the right time. See, that one worked out pretty well. And then I'll just wait for it to pass. This one will be close. Okay, see, I didn't have enough time there. Okay, that one actually was a pretty good demo because I could have survived that. But yeah, anyway. Sometimes you get caught right in the end of the hallway and you just have to move up and down a little bit. But yeah, anyway, this one turned out well enough that I'm happy. Like, I'm still happy with it, but it wasn't a slam dunk because you can kind of skip the hallways. And I would say it's a little bit too tight, like on these, I don't know, it's just like a little bit, for how easy it is to skip the hallway, it shouldn't be that hard when you're in the hallway, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just wish you were forced in the hallway and that you couldn't skip it as often. Because when you can skip it, yeah, like I wish you were forced to be in it like more often, and then I also wish it was a little bit easier, I guess. if you're forced to be in it, it has to be like a little bit more like a little bit easier. But yeah, anyway, the level design still works pretty well. I'll try to beat it again here. Okay, here I should have seen that coming and gone into a different gap. If you see that, like, I could have seen that coming, that I wasn't going to have anywhere to go. This middle part's the best part, by the way. Oh, I screwed up. I probably couldn't have survived that, but maybe. If I didn't screw up, I probably could have, though. Let me just try one more time. But yeah, it's like often, okay, like for example right here, I'm just skipping the whole bending. So it's kind of like a waste. If it, you know, I don't like when the level design, you just skip it. And then when you don't skip it, it's like pretty hard. I wish it were a bit easier and then that you couldn't skip it. But I do like that you have multiple options where you don't have to go to this checkpoint at all. Oh, I could have definitely survived that. Although I will say sometimes my keyboard input lags like significantly, and then it goes away like 30 seconds later. But my keyboard was lagging there. But I think I ran into a wall anyway though. But or I might have clipped this. It's easy to hit this one if you're going quick. But anyway, I like that this bend is a little bit longer than these. But I don't like that you can skip these so easily, and they're just like, I don't know, anyway, I don't want to go too long on that. The wave is the best part, and I also like how you can, this is the ending checkpoint, you can go get the coins and then go back and skip this entire whole part. That's the most aggressive strategy. Or you can go to this checkpoint first, then get the coins, go back to the checkpoint, and then go over here. That's the second most. Or you can go here, get the coins, and then go straight back. And sometimes you'll be in a cycle where it's not that easy to get to the top, so you might just decide to go all the way back here anyway. But yeah, I think it works out really well with the different options, because sometimes like it kind of makes sense to go all the way back and skip the checkpoint because of the way the desynced enemies are like kind of going. Let me just try again. Maybe I could show that. But yeah, this part's really satisfying to do. The wave is the most satisfying part. Okay. So here, I kind of see it coming. Not really, but I was worried I was going to get stuck there. Okay, so there. At least I beat the middle there. And yeah, I could have made this one the end, but then there would be fewer options to be like aggressive and stuff. And you would be always forced to come up here if this was the end. But since this is the end, you can actually skip this checkpoint entirely. But yeah, I also wanted you to go all the way back to the end just so you spend longer on this level, because I still think it's a good level. And so I think the gameplay, the aesthetics of this level are better than the gameplay. Like it looks really nice, but it doesn't have as good gameplay as it looks. But it's still good enough. I'm still happy with it. But yeah, I still wanted you to spend longer on this level just because it looks nice. So here I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I kind of like that you're forced to go back to the checkpoint at the start. Yeah, let me just emphasize that it's the same layout. These walls are all in the same spots. They just bend, except for these middle walls where it's only in the same spot when the enemy's there, and otherwise it's actually closer in. And I like the way it looks with the coins and stuff. But yeah, the cool thing is it's actually easier now in this portion right here, because you don't have to go like 2 tiles, you only have to go 1 tile. Whereas here there was like 2 tiles, now there's only 1 tile. But it's harder in the sense that you can't get near these enemies. But yeah, the middle part's the most satisfying part. Let me just play it one more time. Try to get the middle in. And yeah, I mentioned in the other video that I added a bunch of extra hidey holes, dodge holes, and that helped the design a lot. The design was pretty badly flawed before. See, sometimes you could see it coming though. I could have gone the other way probably. But yeah, anyway, I guess that's enough of that. But yeah, I'll just show some stuff really quick. This is kind of cool. Here I have a cycle for it to go like there and back. I have it about 3 seconds. If I change this one constant, it'll change every single other constant, or like all the other speeds are relative to that one. So yeah, this is like super handy for testing because you know, I can just like tweak it. I'm gonna tweak this probably 50 more times. Like right now I have it at 2.92 seconds, but I might change it to, I might make it slightly harder. Like in fact, while I was testing it, I felt like it was a little bit easy, but let me just think. Yeah, I feel like it is a bit easy. I'm tempted to go, I don't know. This isn't really a big difference, but I'll just go like that for now. But yeah, it's cool that I have that one constant. But yeah, if you want to see why it took 2 weeks, I'll just skim through the file. Like, this is what it looks like. These are the tiles for hard mode and very hard mode. These are the checkpoints. These are the enemies for hard mode, which aren't that many because there's just a few simple ones. But then if you get to very hard mode, this is very hard mode. These are all the enemies for very hard mode. See, like this one, it's changing radius while rotating because it's like this one here. It's like rotating around this one, starting at a radius of 0 and going to a radius of 0.5 tiles. But yeah, there's those ones. These are the most complicated animations. I have it reasonably well organized. There's a lot of stationary enemies here. But yeah, the level design files, I don't fully clean up the code because eventually we want to have a level editor where it just auto generates code. So level design code quality isn't actually that important as long as you can work with it for now. In the future, we're only going to work with the actual level editor, so the code won't really matter in the future. So I don't have like super high standards, but for a level like this, because I had to work on it on and off for 2 weeks, these are all still the enemies for very hard mode. Because I had to work on it for so long, it has to be reasonably well organized. Otherwise, I would get too confused while working on it. But yeah, now these are the coins for very hard mode. Just these coins here. I'm just saying like how much they should move. Like, you know, you wait a bit, then you move down one half tile, then you move up half tile, then you wait a bit, and this is how long you wait for. And a step is like the time it takes to go a half tile. I consider a step. So I say wait for 3 steps, go down half tile for 3 steps, go up a half tile for 3 steps, then wait 10 steps, and then ease in and out. That's basically what this is here for the coins. And then the groups is essentially more enemy code. It's like the certain things move together, so you might as well group together the stuff. But yeah, there's quite a lot of code here just for this one level. But yeah, I worked hard to get this one constant working. If I want to go like ridiculously fast, whoa, that's way too fast. Okay, that's too fast. See, it's kind of cool having that one constant, even though it's now impossible. But yeah, I can like tweak the speed super easily. I'll just go 2910. But yeah, since I added in these dodge holes on the other level design, without doing that, this level design wouldn't even make any sense to invest this much time into it. But overall, I'm happy with investing this much time. Even though it's not my best level, and I spent by far the longest on it, it's still pretty good. So, and it looks nice. It's probably the nicest looking one. Although gameplay, I guess, matters most. But the gameplay is still pretty good. The middle gameplay is good. And then it's just kind of disappointing how you could skip these curves. And then sometimes it desyncs and you get a bad cycle. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I consider it one of the better ones. It's not like as good as this one because the gameplay and the appearance are both good on this one. But overall, it's still one of my better ones. I'm happy with this one. And even though there's like 650 enemies or something like that, it's dipping as low as like 200 frames per second, which as long as it's above 60, it's not going to matter because my monitor only updates 60 times a second. So even with all these enemies, doesn't make any difference. Like my engine handles it perfectly fine because it's only checking collisions with enemies which are in the same tile as you. So it doesn't matter if there's like that many enemies. They draw pretty efficiently. And it only runs logic on some of them. And my animation system, it bakes in, like it pre-calculates certain things so that it doesn't have to do like a fresh calculation on all kinds of stuff. Like if an animation is built into segments, it calculates where it's going to be at the end of each segment, and then it starts from there when calculating it, and I don't know, anyway, my animation system's pretty good. Yeah, anyway, okay, I guess that's it for now. So now I'm going to start playing World's Hardest Game 4. But yeah, I spent like 2 weeks on it, but it's okay to have some that you spend longer on than others, because some of them are just more tedious. And overall, still one of the best ones. It's just kind of disappointing a bit.
You don't have what it
I'm
takes
gonna
to
change
beat
the
this
settings when I get
game,
into the game.
so don't even
I'm
try.
gonna turn off the music and stuff.
You
the
just
music,
made
I
the
guess.
biggest mistake of your
I'll
life.
leave on the sound effects and the guy talking.
Well, there's no turning back now. What's done is done.
Okay, so I'm looking to beat World's Hardest Game 4, hopefully without too much more trouble than 3. Some people say it's easier than like 4 is easier to beat than 3. I'm somewhat skeptical, but with the practice I got beating 3, which I only beat a few days ago, I'm pretty sure this shouldn't be that bad. If it is harder than 3, it's still going to be beatable for me. But hopefully it's actually, like, I don't even care if it's easier than 3. I just want to beat it. But I'm pretty sure it's harder than 3 because I've never beaten it before, and it's really, at the end, quite difficult. Yeah, anyway. I haven't played it in quite a while. Okay, see, like, for example, that just kind of proves my point because I should have got that key first. I was kind of speed running it a bit, so I wasn't paying attention. So that was not a good idea what I just did. You have to go up here first. I don't really like that the level design, because I was kind of expecting I would get more than one option of like a direction I can go, but actually you're forced to go here first. I should have got those coins, but whatever, I'll get them later. But yeah, I was kind of expecting I wasn't going to be forced to go that way because it's better if you have multiple options. And I remember that here I can just wait and it'll give me a platform. Okay, so far I have 0 deaths. Okay, I'm going to try to take as few deaths as possible because I beat World's Hardest Game 3 in exactly 2000. Ideally, I would want to beat this in less. Although time kind of matters more, I kind of like going by deaths.
Well, good thing I brought my bathing suit.
Okay, let me just see here. I guess I'll get that key. Probably. Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
Can you try not to do that?
That's kind of a cool design. I'm gonna do something like that. Again, some time. Okay. I'm expecting level 1 to be so easy that I don't even have to try. But so far it is not that easy. It is easy, but I can't just run in without even trying and expect to beat it so far. I'm gonna start trying. Oh, see, I'm trying and I'm still dying. I think beating World's Hardest Game 3 gave me so much confidence that now I'm not playing, or I'm just, it's also early in the morning, but I was kind of expecting to just run through without even trying. So I guess I'll just get these coins. I remember this level design though, I like it, because it looks like a beach on the right. There's like waves on a beach. Also, the gameplay here is kind of fun. I'm going to be doing stuff like this in World's Hardest Game 5. Like platforms on top of land. Okay, I guess I'll just go to the bottom. I remember the water section was pretty easy. Pretty sure the ice is, they're all easy actually. Surprised I took 6 deaths. Oh, make that 7. That like part where they were going kind of like in a figure 8, where they were kind of like, that part where I took the first 6 deaths, I think it was 6. That part wasn't as easy as it looked. But this one, there's like checkpoints all over the place. See? And there's like a safe spot right there. I'm not used to the boxes. I'm expecting that won't kill. I'm surprised how sensitive it is. I like in the new game that it's quite lenient. It's crazy how many checkpoints I put here. Oh wait, I have to do something. Oop. I didn't know that one turned around. But yeah, getting that level design done. I'm gonna try to fill in. I did on very hard mode. I did 1 through 15. Then I skipped 16 and did 17. But I'm gonna go back and do 16 hopefully today, and then I have an idea for 17 also, or sorry, for 18. So I'll have 1 through 18 done in very hard. Yeah, and I don't really have an idea for 16, but I kind of half I do, but hopefully it'll work out. But yeah, once I get 1 through 18 done, I have to get 16 and 18. What that means is since I did 2 in crazy mode already, level 1 and level 2, that'll mean 2 plus 18 is 20, and there's 60 new levels, so I'm officially 1/3 of the way done once I finish these next 2 levels. So yeah, it'll be nice to be 1/3 of the way done. I forgot how much work it was, because back in these days I didn't spend as much time on it. Like I'd never spent 2 weeks like on and off on one design before. But yeah, when I was estimating the time, I assumed it would be a little bit less work, but in any case, I'm still happy. I don't mind doing the 60 levels. I'm happy to
Okay,
do
who's
it.
been messing with the thermostat?
But it's by the end of it, the crazy mode levels are harder to make, so I'm gonna be pretty exhausted by the end of it. This ice stuff is fun. I like the ice. And I always like this design too. I like how fast you move on the ice. Oop. And this one, the platform I'm on, it's supposed to be like I forget what it's called, but like in the Antarctic, like you have like a piece of like ice that's like floating in the water. It's supposed to be like that. But yeah, World Tourist Game 5, I'm gonna do some cool stuff. It's gonna be like with the new terrains, or not. I might do like breakable ground where when you're standing on it, it like breaks, and then you have to die for it to reset. Or I might do like a timer to reset. But yeah, I'm gonna have like water with a current, where it's like a moving platform and water at the same time. But yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have like diagonal tiles, which should actually matter a lot because it creates like paths that would otherwise be hard to like do, like walls and paths. But yeah, World Tourist Game 5 is going to be really cool. And I'm going to have a lot of practice from the 60 new levels of the remake. So, yeah. I'm surprised I'm already at 15 deaths. Where did I take 15 deaths? I don't remember taking 15 deaths. I was at like 7 a second ago. How did I get to 15? It's so weird. I have no recollection. From 7 to 15, I have no recollection of any deaths. That's weird. Okay. But yeah, I played a lot of like fan-made levels on, and I'm gonna go back to doing that pretty soon once I beat World Tourist Game 4. But a lot of them have like ice and stuff, so I still have like practice with the ice. Let me just. I forget if I... okay, I didn't open that door yet. Okay. I'm going to collect all the paints,
Why are there conveyor belts all over the place?
I effectively collected all the
paid
paints
for this?
Free. It's just... there was like 2 that I stood beside, or I could have easily gotten, but I didn't bother. All the hard ones I got. Yeah, the rainbow paint in World Tourist Game 4 is pretty hard. Not as hard as being the game, though. I've gotten the rainbow paint before. Does this track the amount of time I've played for? Oh, it does. Cool. Okay, I've played for 11:47 and 15 deaths. Okay, even though I have no recollection. Although it'll tell me at the end how which areas I died on. I'm definitely gonna beat this level. I'll probably make a bit of progress on 2, but yeah, I don't know if I think I'd rather like actually work. Although I find World Tourist Game 4 is more fun than 3. I like the terrains, and I had a lot of fun playing 3. Oh, okay. I wasn't. I forgot that I was gonna have to redo that whole thing. But this one's kind of fun though, so I don't really care. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just breezing through. This one is pretty cool. gonna wait for it to pass. This design's kind of silly because it's so easy. Oops. Oh wait, what? Oh, darn it. Let's see, I still haven't opened that door. I can't remember where that key is for that door. Did I miss it? Must be... This one's kind of cool. Okay, key must be over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get the paint first. I remember that this one's kind of hard. This one's kind of cool too. Whoop. I think I'll go back and beat World's Hardest Game 1 and 2 for good measure at some point. Technically, I haven't proven that I can beat 1 and 2. I should have got those coins. I'll just get them next time. Oh! Should have paid more attention to that. Well, at least there's a checkpoint. It's kind of fun, like, dying once on an area. Like, you just run in and die, and run in and kind of see what happens. And then once you die, then you kind of look more closely at it. As opposed to just, like, looking closely at the first try. But I can't really tell... Okay, couldn't tell... Oh, wait, I should have got that key. Oop! Yeah, World's Hardest Game 5 is going to be exciting, and it shares so much code with the remake. Oh, God.
Nice
It
going.
shares so much code that it's basically a level design thing. It's not really that much coding involved in the grand scheme of things. Whereas World's Hardest Game Remake, there's actually a lot of coding involved because I built an engine that it runs on. Go into too much detail, but it's a 2D game engine that's where everything is the way I like it, so it allows me to get a lot of work done, and I enjoy the work that I do. Whereas you can just use an existing game engine like Godot or something, and there's a lot of benefits to doing that, but I just kind of like doing it this way. It just takes a lot longer though, and there are limitations and stuff, but yeah. Now that I have much of my game engine written, it makes making World's Hardest Game 5 way easier. Okay, I've officially gotten the paint.
Not bad. I could use a new paint job.
I don't like how it doesn't show which ones you've collected. I wish it would show them all. I'll be curious to know where deaths 7 or like 8 through 15 were. I can't remember. Felt like I didn't die at all in that period. Should be able to tell from the ending screen where those were. Level 1 was a little bit harder than I remembered. I was expecting to not even try, breeze through it, and get like 2 deaths. But actually it was a little bit tricky in certain spots. Not really that hard, but like harder than you would expect for level 1. If you just beat World Tour's Game 3 and you're playing level 1, you would expect to just blast through easily. But actually, you take 20 deaths. I'll just go on the bottom one. I feel like it's easier. Okay, wait, 5 more. Oh, darn it. Okay, it's impossible to get those without dying. Okay, that was my mistake. The ending of level 1 was good. I remember that was a solid one. Oop. Ending is solid. There's way too many checkpoints in the water portion, and the starting should have given you multiple options, but overall, level 1's pretty decent. The starting was kind of annoying, though.
Ah, look at you. You finished
here.
the first level. Guess
Took
you must be
8
pretty proud of
deaths
yourself for that.
6 deaths. Surprised I took 8 here. 1. Yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of deaths that I just don't recall from this area here. Because it doesn't look hard. Look at it. But yeah, I guess there's so many checkpoints that I didn't care and I was just running around, but... Okay, so overall that was pretty easy though. Yeah, anyway.
Alright,
Not that I
try
was
not to take so
expecting
long this
otherwise,
time. I don't have all day. Yeah, this level 2 I really like the design of. And I like how I can just kind of run around. Some of them are doing figure 8s, but I can kind of just run around and dodge them all. I don't have to like sit there studying it. I found those figure 8s on the other level were actually kind of hard. Like this level is easier than the water level from level 1. Water area from level 1. Oh. Ah, can you try not to do that?
I think I'll just go to the bottom first. Yeah, I remember level 2 is really well. I really liked level 2. By my new standards, though, it wasn't very good. But at the time, I'm surprised I did this well. Actually, level 2 is pretty good, but I don't know. I think it's hard to know, but I'm imagining when I make World Tour's Game 5, it'll be a lot higher standards by that point. But like this one is fun. I'm enjoying playing it. It almost feels easier than level 1 somehow. I almost died there though. I'll just get that coin now, I guess. Although I'll probably come over here again anyway. This one's kind of silly because, like, I don't know. Like, all you have to do is get through it once, and then you can just wait for it to pass. I don't know. I guess this one's okay. This is a reuse of one of the ones I did in World Cup Game 3. That was kind of lazy. Although I added water, but the water does change it a bit, but yeah, I guess it's not really the same once you change the terrain, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and I also put pits in the corners. But anyway. Too bad I lost Snubbyland. That was a really big blunder on my part. I wish I still had that. I lost the domain. I let it expire because my credit card was maxed out. It was really bad. Okay, let me just look at the map here. So on this one I've cleared it. Then this one I guess I cleared. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to try to go left. At the end of World's Hardest Game 3, there's something like this, so this is a lot easier though. And there's checkpoints partway through. These are way wider. Oop. That was kind of cool though. I don't mind that death. It tricked me a bit. It's gonna be nice when I can do diagonal water because you can make cool looking designs with diagonals, and same with ice too. Oh, darn it. Surprised that I died there. Okay, let me focus. Sometimes I'm in like focused mode and sometimes I'm in like autopilot mode. I've been autopiloting this whole time basically. When I focus, I play a lot better. Okay. So I guess that didn't really help that much. I just cleared out this area, this area, this area, and this area. But yeah, there's not much else to do other than go to the top now. I think I'll just go back to the start.
I guess I might as well go from this angle instead. Oop. That one you have to kind of try on. Oop. It's assuming I don't need that checkpoint. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it is a lot. It's pretty nostalgic going back and playing my old designs. Feels weird. But it's exciting because I'm going to be going back and making World Tours Game 5, so I'm going to be doing this all kind of thing all over again. It's amazing how long it was. I kind of wish I never gave up on, like, I kind of abandoned the series for a long time, so I was going to move on to something else. But I kind of wish I'd stuck with it for longer. It was because Flash went obsolete, and that completely demoralized me. But I could have just switched to... Oh God. I could have just switched to what I'm doing now a lot sooner, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Like, I should have had a Steam release for World Tours Game. I should have made World Tours Game 5 on Steam like 10 years ago. Or like 8 years ago or something like that. 7 years ago. So I think World Tours Game 4 was 8, but I don't remember. Okay, let me just think about this. Okay. So I want to remember. So I can't remember how to get into here. Oh, I guess that's from over here. Okay. Alright, so I could get that coin, or that key. I guess I'll get that key. Okay, I didn't really need that. This is kind of cool. I forgot about this. Okay, just gonna try to clear out the whole right side. Oh, that was pretty cool. Top's too easy though. Okay. Okay.
Wow, you really screwed that up.
you even get by there? I don't even know how to get by there anymore. How did I do that last time? I guess... I don't know what I did. I don't even know how to get by here. I guess you stand here, you gotta go through... For some reason, going through the moving platform is necessary. I can't really figure out why. That's pretty cool, though. I like that design. It tricks you into thinking you don't need the moving platform, but you kind of do. That checkpoint with the ice is kind of silly. Yeah, this one you have to kind of pay attention on. Yep. This one's kind of cool. I have no recollection of this level. It's a lot of checkpoints. Don't know why I needed that many checkpoints. Is it really that hard? Checkpoints all over the place. I must have thought at the time this one was really hard. Okay, I'm missing coins for sure. Oop. Literally my finger slipped off the key and I couldn't press it. That's why I died there. Oop. Oop. Oh, that's not a very convenient checkpoint. Let's get this convenient one. Okay, I don't remember where the coin... Does the map say where the coins are? There's 8 there. Okay, there's a lot in that other room. And I still have to get that paint, which I don't anticipate being difficult at all. Oh, oh. Okay, fair enough. What? Tricked me. Yep. Going like small and then wide. Small, wide. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh, take it easy in that water, dude.
I hadn't died in the water before, I guess. That was a pretty good dodge. Let me go get the coins and then the paint. Just in case there's like a key or something down there that I need. I remember this one. It's better to get on the non-ice one. Okay, so looks like I should have gotten that key. Looks like those other keys are there. I can get those instead if I want. They both look roughly the same difficulty. Because this moving platform with these things on it can be annoying. So actually this one's probably easier. I was going to try to do the bottom one. I don't know which key that opens, but should be allowed. I should be able to survive this. Good. Which door that opens? Okay. Oops. So these are the last coins. I don't actually need those keys at all, so I'm not going to bother. Additional keys I don't count as part of the game. If they're unnecessary, then you don't need them. It's only the paints that are optional that I'm going to get anyway. Okay, I'm going to go get that paint now.
Nice going, genius.
Kind of want to touch a checkpoint. So I'm going to have to do that whole thing again. Oh, tricked me. Yeah, it killed me too. I got a double espresso at Tim Hortons and they gave me like the whole thing full, so I've had way too much espresso. It's supposed to be like nowhere near that amount. I'm pretty sure I drank like 5 espressos. Although I don't feel that hyped up because these levels are so easy that it's kind of hard to get hyped up for them. It's still fun though, but I'll focus in more on other ones. Let me just see. What am I even doing here? Okay, there's 2 options. They don't look either of them very hard, but I'll just do this other one. Oh, this one does kind of look hard. Okay. Not really, though. Okay, so now I got the paint. Oh, I almost got trolled by that. I don't want to take unnecessary deaths, so I'm going to try to survive this. I want to try to beat the game in fewer than 2,000. Although it's purely arbitrary because let's say I beat it in 1900. That would mean that World Hardest Game 4 is harder than 3, even though I beat 3 in 2000. Because, okay, now I can't... Okay, I can go from either side. Because I got practice while playing 3, so you would expect, if they're equally as difficult, that I would beat 4 in less than 2,000, I would say. But I want to beat it in 2,000 because then that means, I don't know, it's just cool. It doesn't mean anything, it's just cool. If I beat it in less than 1,000, that's cool too. just think this through here. Do I even want to go over there? Yeah, I don't think I want to go over there. I think I want to go over here. Things are going so slow. It's like an old lady made this level. I'll just go and try to get some keys. I would expect that it would be a little bit harder by this point in the game. Yeah, I died, but it's because I was so not trying at all that I even was able to die there, because it's not hard at all. Sometimes it's so not hard that you die. Like, really, that's it? Okay.
Okay, hot stuff.
Total,
we'll see how you do on
minutes.
level 3.
Okay. Level 2, 36, total 59. Okay. Yeah, I like these stats. There was only one area that I beat in 0 deaths. That's a little bit shameful. I should beat more than one of them in 0 deaths, I would hope. But anyway, okay, that's still good. Good enough. Level 3, it starts to get a little bit hard, but I'm pretty sure level 3 is actually quite easy, though.
Is it
It's
just
not
me,
even
or does
really
something
hard at
seem
all.
fishy
I'm
about
just gonna
this?
wait till next video, though. But yeah, anyway, I'm kind of happy with this still. I'm glad to be finally done it, but yeah, anyway. I'll see you in a few days.